Greetings and welcome to Miles More Motivation, the show that is designed to do just that, to give you miles more motivation, to give you energy, purpose, passion in any area of your life. In this particular episode, we are actually going to talk about the word motivation and why the word motivation sometimes gets a bad rap, and why if you're feeling that you're not always motivated, I'm going to share with you something in this video that's really ridiculously simple, common sense, but not necessarily common practice, that you can do and apply very easily to help to skyrocket your motivation in any area of your life. So firstly, I want to kind of share with you an anecdote, a little story that I often share when I'm delivering my seminars. What I want you to do is, what I often do, pretend that we're in a seminar room together. I ask the audience, I say, how many people here, if I put a plank of wood down the middle of this room, would be willing to walk the plank with their shoes on? It's not a trick, there's no nails hidden in it, for £10. All you got to do is walk down this plank of wood for £10, and obviously everybody puts their hand up. I then say, right, now what we're going to do, we're going to change things up a little bit. We're going to move this plank of wood to the top of 2 skyscrapers. It's windy, it's raining, there's thunder and lightning. How many people now are willing to attempt to walk the plank for £10? And invariably, apart from the odd daredevil in the room, every hand goes down. It's interesting, what changed? And they go, well, now there's a risk involved. It's not so certain that we'll make it across. I say, that obviously makes a lot of sense. I say, well, let's add a variable in that will totally spin this thing on its head. Let's imagine that we're at the top of this left skyscraper. Plank of wood crosses to the right skyscraper. Hailstones, thunder, lightning, rain, you name it. God is sending in everything. He's sending in the power team of weather, tornadoes, the works. And at the top of the skyscraper, it's not just you. It's you and your closest family. Your wife, your kids, husband. Hopefully you've not got wife and husband. All the people that are closest to you. And ascending up that tower that you're in is a group of terrorists who are killing everybody in sight. Eventually they're going to get to the top. You don't have a weapon. So it's either defend yourself, or try, or attempt to cross to safety. I ask the question again in the room. I say, how many of you here would now attempt, by a show of hands, to cross the plank of wood? Everybody's hand goes back up. So what changed? Well, what changed is motivation. You see, the word motivation gets a really bad rap sometimes, but if you dissect the word, all motivation really means is, what is your motive to take action? And so most people's biggest problem when it comes to not feeling motivated is they have what I call diluted reasons, meaning their reasons are not big enough. There's a quote that I love, which is, when your why, if your why doesn't make you cry, it's not your why. So meaning, if right now you're not motivated to do something, then thankfully you don't have a terrorist situation where you're at the top of a building and it's kind of life or death, but it's probably that you're not making the thing that's you're saying you want to do, you're not making it feel like it's life or death. So for instance, several years ago, I won't share this particular person who it is because they may be watching, a friend of mine didn't have good health. He was pretty much obese. He went to the doctor and the doctor said, you need to lose weight. And he said, yeah, I get it, doc, I know. He said, no, you need to lose weight because now your blood pressure is at a point where you're probably in the top 10 percentile of people at your age that are likely to have a heart attack. If that wasn't going to get him moving, he established over the next few weeks sleep apnea, where his heartbeat was stopping during his sleep. And if you know anything about sleep apnea, the chance of death in that is very high. And the way to fix that situation is through radical weight loss. And it's been, I think, 10 years now since he was that heavily overweight. He's never looked back because he got massive leverage. He had huge motive. He just had a child and he went, you know what? I don't want to be dead, let alone, at risk of death because we've just had a child. I need to be there. I need to see my child grow up. So that was his motive to take action. Nick, but Miles, I don't have high blood pressure and I don't have sleep apnea. Good. But what you should do is, if you're in a situation right now where you're comfortable, is you want to create what I call future-based pain, meaning you want to almost pretend like if you don't do something, there is going to be consequences. Because here's the scary thing. If you don't do something, there will potentially be consequences. If you don't pay your tax on time, there will be fines. If you don't do that tax return months up the line, it will cause you stress the closer to the deadline you get. If you've had an incoming email that needs to be dealt with urgently and you don't deal with it, there will be consequences. It's so important that you know that the primary reason why right now maybe you're not feeling motivated is because you've got diluted reasons. The way around that is what I call 5 whys deep. What that means is, in any area of your life that you want to be more motivated, you're probably only thinking of the first reason why that's important to you. Several years ago when I was selling gym memberships, a lady came in. She said, I've only got 10 minutes, show me around as quickly as possible and let me get on with my day. And she was quite rude. I'm kind of glamorizing her a little bit, but she was quite rude. She was quite standoffish. And I'll never forget, I showed her around, gave her as fast a tour as possible because I was trying to get rid of her. And at the end of the tour, she said, so is that it? And I went, well, you said you wanted a quick tour. There you go. And she kind of stayed, but she like one foot out the door, but hadn't left. So I decided to kind of say, well, before you go, like, what did you really come here for? Like, do you have a goal that you want to achieve? Is there some specific reason why you came in today? And she proceeded to tell me a little bit about the weight loss she wanted to lose and how she was getting stressed at work and how she felt better 3 years ago and she was running then and she's not running now and she needs some coaching and she needs some motivation. I said, why is all that important to you? Because you've told me that. So you clearly know what you need to do. Why are you not doing it? And the conversation proceeded on for a few more minutes and eventually she told me that the reason why, she said, Miles, I'll be honest with you. She said the reason why I want to lose the weight is because, she said, me and my husband have not been physically intimate in 3 months. And we're arguing a lot. And I'm scared that if I don't lose the weight, because I'd love to have sex with him, but I don't like the look of my body right now. So whenever he's initiated it, I pushed him away and said, not today. And she said, I know that the more I do that, the more likely he is to either have an affair or leave, or both. And I'm scared about that. And I know I need to sort this out, and I know that it's my responsibility. And she broke down in tears. The good, positive end to that story is she did join the gym that day. 3 days later, sheepishly, her husband came in, he joined as well. 15 years later, they're still members of that gym. So my point is, you know, that lady, Mandy, that day, her why made her cry, right? So I'm kind of challenging you that if there's an area of your life that you're saying you want to do something, but you're not doing it, then it's probably because you haven't gone deep enough on the reasons why. She wanted to lose weight because she wanted to reduce stress. She wanted to reduce stress because she wanted to feel better about herself. She wanted to feel better about herself so her and her husband could reconnect. She wanted to reconnect because she was scared her marriage was at risk. 5 levels deep. My challenge to you is to think about what is the deepest reason why you want something. The goal that you said that you want but you haven't yet got, what is the reason why you want that? The deeper you go, the more motive you will have to take action. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, feel free to like, share, comment, whatever you like to do. There should be a link somewhere underneath the video. If you like this video, if you like this type of content, feel free to watch last month's coaching replay. I am offering a coaching service now, a group coaching service where I coach you live every single month. If you like the idea of that, you can drop me a message or go to milesmoremotivation.com to find out more. For now, I'll see you on the next video. Take care.